Little girl standing there with your eyes so wide, staring out at the... Got my gifts, got my purse, got my cups and it was. With my distance, I'll take back when I'm in the sand. Come here, don't make me fucking chase you down, I know. Get up. You never tell me what you want, and you never let it, even if I get hands on you. You know why I'm mad at it, get up, get up.
Apart from Corey exploring his melodic side with Stone Sour, the most obvious change happened with his aggressive vocals, which was obvious in both Stone Sour's LP debut release and in Slipknot's third studio album, Vol.3, The Subliminal Verses especially, as Corey is a lot more aggressive performer in Slipknot. The pitch and tone of his screams has changed. It became slightly more high-pitched and thinner, reminiscent of his older style he used in the early days with Stone Sour prior to joining Slipknot. In one of his shows, he claims that the change was intentional.
Yeah. Wow. That's a very good question, actually. He's wondering why I changed my scream up. Actually started on Vol.3, continued to Come Whatever May, and then I changed it back when we did All Hope Is Gone. For those of you, well, you're probably familiar. It was a much more guttural scream on Iowa and the first Stone Sour album, actually.
Amazing!
I was trying. I'm the kind of guy that I'm constantly trying to change shit. I'm constantly trying new shit. You know, I mean, well, time out. It doesn't always work. It didn't fucking work on that. You know, those two albums, like, I love those albums, but I really wish I could go back and do it the lower way, to be honest. Because at the time, I was just, you know, I was newly sober. And, well, I'm newly not drinking, because I'm not in the program. No, just to be clear, there's a clear difference. There's sober and then there's not drinking. I just don't drink. So I was very new to being like, holy shit, I remember everything. This kind of sucks. So I figured it was a new lease on life. I should try some different shit. And that's what I was trying. And it wasn't so high on Vol.3 as it was on Come Whatever May. On Come Whatever May, that was a painful album, man. Like, I mean, like killing myself every day. And the thing that I realized, I was like, you know what, I enjoy this, I like it, but it's not me. It's not that low fucking, you know, like, you know.
It was still amazing, though.
Well, thank you for that. I'm just saying, you know, but then again, I mean, I have no regrets from it. You know, I mean, I really can't, because those are pieces of time where I can look back and I go, okay, I was here when that was going on, you know? Like, I can remember every fucking second of every day recording those albums, you know? And I don't remember a lot from recording Iowa because of the booze and shit, you know? I was drinking 3 fucking bottles of Jack Daniels a day when I was making that out. No. That ain't good. Trust me. When you're waking up with a bottle and you need a bottle to go to bed, that's an issue. That's a huge, huge issue. You're covering some shit that you don't want to fucking admit. And once I kind of stopped doing that, it got a lot better, you know, and I'm a lot healthier now. I'm a better friend, I'm a better father, I'm a better husband, I'm a better person all over. And that's all I can fucking ask for. So that's what it was, to answer your question.
Before I had done research on his early years with Stone Sour, I wrote his claims off completely as an excuse. But after doing a more thorough research, I believe there is some truth to his claims. On the other hand, it is obvious that there is more to it other than Corey just intentionally changing his style. You can tell from his live performances that there is some struggle when he is singing live after 2002. And even more so after 2004.
I'm the paper and skin on my teeth. I'm the command, the watch my head. I'm the time, it's a little momentum. Necessarily, let's forget a bit. Automatic, all done a waste behind the key. And I'm a lot, and the voice of mommy. That's another white paint for the bloody bar. Get a feel it. A mind of it. Get a feel it. I'm not a number. How is it equal to any of you? I'm trouble. Pick me apart, pick up the pieces. You're waiting.
I am sure you can hear the strain, instability, and Corey trying to avoid screaming when possible. But the contradiction comes from his statement that he stopped drinking, so he thought it would be a good idea to try something new. So we should have expected an improvement from his performances, but that's not what we got. When I listened to the recording of Vol.3, I kind of understand what he was going for. It seems to me as if he was trying to approach his new screaming technique from a perspective of singing through them, with occasionally adding high-pitched screams. So maybe he was expecting to have more control over his voice, but I think it turned out much more demanding in live setting than he expected, and it backfired on him. It just didn't translate as well live, and it was not the scream Megas fell in love with in the first place. Of course, this is speculation, based on what I can hear, but I can tell there is an obvious tension in his voice that does not sound healthy. I have a controversial thought. At the time Corey was drinking heavily, did it help him perform live? Because his performances of Iowa era were far superior to what we got after that era. Perhaps physically he could disconnect from his body and any difficulty while performing. If you ever tried to sing or scream while drunk, you might have noticed that your throat and vocal cords feel numb, so in the moment you don't feel discomfort. Once you are sober, the hoarseness comes. But as Corey describes, he was drunk 24/7 for an extended period of time, so he was constantly in the state where he could not really feel his voice until it was too late. But overall, alcohol is not really healthy for one's voice, as it dries your vocal cords. It also can lead to reflux that may lead to hoarseness and dryness in your throat, leading to poor performance and possibly irreversible damage of vocal cords. But we've seen on many occasions rock and metal singers drink while performing live, and in some cases it does not seem to be damaging and maybe even helpful at the time of performance to some, but it probably varies from individual to individual. It is well known that the era of Iowa was a very difficult period for the band. A lot of drugs, alcohol, stress, and overall unhealthy lifestyle. And that can take a toll on one's voice. Plus, consider the demanding nature of Slipknot's performances, so we have a pretty risky cocktail even for the most seasoned singer. The breaking point probably happened towards the end of Iowa tour cycle, since the change is documented on the 2002 Stone Sour album and on Volume 3 especially. Voice is a fragile instrument, and one misstep may cause irreparable damage to one's voice. Apart from the drinking problem that I have already addressed, Corey has attempted suicide in 2003. These acts surely had a negative effect on his mental and physical states, both of which have a direct connection to one's voice. For the next several years, Corey's voice has remained the same, though of course he has become a smarter singer and songwriter overall, which have earned him several interesting collaborations.